Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow morning. You reach for your phone. You pour a cup of coffee. Everything feels normal. Then, without warning, the Earth stops. Not slowly. Not over days or years. Instantly. At that exact moment. The ground beneath your feet becomes the most dangerous place in the universe. Because even though the Earth has stopped, everything on it hasn't. The oceans. The atmosphere. Buildings. Cars. Trees. And every human being would still be moving at nearly 1,670 kilometers per hour. Faster than the speed of sound. The result? The greatest catastrophe in the history of our planet. But here's the truly terrifying part. That would only be the beginning. For billions of years, Earth has been spinning. Every 24 hours, our planet completes one full rotation. It's so constant, so reliable, that we never think about it. But that rotation isn't slow. At the equator, you're moving at around 1,670 kilometers per hour. Right now. You just don't notice it because everything around you is moving at exactly the same speed. It's like sitting inside a smooth airplane. You don't feel its motion. Until it suddenly stops. Now imagine Earth doing exactly that. The instant the planet freezes, everything not firmly anchored to bedrock keeps moving eastward. The air becomes a wall of destruction. Winds race across the surface faster than any hurricane ever recorded. Entire forests are ripped from the ground. Skyscrapers collapse. Bridges twist apart. Cars become missiles. Even mountains begin to crumble under unimaginable forces. Human civilization would be destroyed within minutes. But the atmosphere isn't the only thing still moving. The oceans continue traveling too. And that's where things become almost impossible to imagine. The oceans contain unimaginable momentum. When Earth stops, billions of tons of water don't. Gigantic megatsunamis, thousands of meters high, rush across continents. Entire coastlines disappear beneath walls of water. Cities like New York, Tokyo, London, Karachi, Sydney would vanish. Not over hours. Within moments. The oceans would reshape the planet itself. Maps would become meaningless. Countries would disappear forever. Yet somehow, the worst is still ahead. Because Earth's rotation doesn't just create day and night. It also affects gravity. Technically, the spinning Earth creates a tiny outward force called centrifugal force. It's weak, but it slightly reduces gravity around the equator. If Earth suddenly stopped spinning, that force would vanish instantly. People near the equator would suddenly weigh slightly more. Not enough to crush them, but enough to remind us that even gravity depends on motion. Then something strange happens. Days stop lasting 24 hours. Instead, one side of Earth faces the sun continuously. The other side remains trapped in endless night. Imagine standing beneath sunlight that never sets. Month after month. Year after year. Temperatures climb beyond anything humans have ever experienced. Forests ignite. Lakes evaporate. Deserts expand until they consume entire continents. Meanwhile, on the opposite side, darkness never ends. Temperatures plunge below anything recorded in Antarctica. The oceans freeze. Entire atmospheres begin collapsing into ice. One half of Earth burns. The other freezes. Life becomes nearly impossible. Only a narrow strip between day and night, a permanent twilight zone, might remain habitable. If anything survives at all. But perhaps the most overlooked consequence lies deep beneath our feet. Earth's spinning molten core helps generate something invisible, yet absolutely essential. The magnetic field. This invisible shield protects our planet from the sun's deadly radiation. Without it, powerful streams of charged particles bombard Earth directly. Satellites fail. Communication collapses. Electronics become unreliable. Radiation levels rise dramatically. Over long periods, our atmosphere itself begins escaping into space. Mars experienced something similar billions of years ago. It lost much of its magnetic field. Eventually, it lost much of its atmosphere. Today, Mars is cold, dry, almost lifeless. Could Earth suffer the same fate? Possibly. Although scientists debate exactly how quickly these changes would occur. But here's something even more fascinating. The Earth has actually changed its rotation before. Not suddenly. Very slowly. Hundreds of millions of years ago. Days lasted only about 22 hours. Even earlier, they lasted closer to 18 hours. The Moon has been gradually slowing Earth's rotation through gravity. Every century, our days become about 1.7 milliseconds longer. It's an incredibly slow process. Almost impossible to notice. Yet over billions of years, it changes everything. One day, Earth's day could become much longer than today. Not because it stopped, but because time itself keeps reshaping our planet. Still, an instant stop remains impossible under normal physics. The amount of energy required would be beyond comprehension. Nothing known in nature could simply press a cosmic pause button. Which raises an interesting question. Why imagine impossible scenarios? Because impossible questions often reveal real truths. They show us how delicately balanced our world truly is. Think about it. We wake up every morning expecting sunrise. We trust gravity. We trust the air. We trust the oceans to stay where they belong. Yet every one of those things depends on invisible forces working together perfectly. Earth spins at exactly the right speed. Orbits at exactly the right distance. Tilts at just the right angle. Its atmosphere has just the right composition. Its magnetic field protects life. Its moon stabilizes its axis. Change just one of those pieces, and the world becomes almost unrecognizable. Sometimes we think of Earth as ordinary. Just another planet. But perhaps it's anything but ordinary. Out of billions of worlds that may exist across the universe, this one allows oceans, clouds, forests, birds, music, laughter, dreams, and people capable of asking questions like this one. Imagine standing on another planet, looking toward the stars, wondering if somewhere, a world like Earth exists. Perhaps they are asking the same question. Perhaps they are wondering whether life is possible. Whether somewhere in the darkness, someone is looking back. And perhaps, right now, that someone is us. Because despite all our problems, despite wars, disasters, and uncertainty, we live on one of the most extraordinary worlds ever discovered. A planet spinning through space at over 100,000 kilometers per hour around the Sun. Orbiting a star racing around the Milky Way. Inside a galaxy flying through an expanding universe. And through all of that motion, we experience stillness. We call it home. Maybe that's the greatest miracle of all. Not that Earth spins, but that it spins so perfectly. That life has flourished for billions of years without us even noticing. So the next time you watch a sunrise, remember, it isn't the sun that's really moving across your sky. It's you. Riding a spinning world through an endless universe. At incredible speed. Completely unaware. Until someone asks, what if Earth suddenly stopped spinning? And maybe the answer isn't just about destruction. Maybe it's a reminder That every ordinary day on Earth is only possible because countless extraordinary things are happening all at once. Quietly. Perfectly. Without us ever noticing. The universe doesn't promise stability, it only offers balance. And for one brief moment in cosmic history, Earth has found it. The real miracle isn't that our planet spins, it's that it never stopped. Globe showing Europe Africa sparkles.